Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our live. This is Sharon back again on my page, Digital Journey with Sharon. I welcome you all and greetings wherever you are. Welcome to our live. Today I've got a special guest here in the UK. I've not gone abroad this time, but we are both in the UK and we both help patients. But now we are helping in a different way in the digital space. But before I go any further, I'll let Bridget introduce herself.
Hi, everyone, wherever you may be across the world. Hello to you all. My name is Bridget. My business name is Breeze High Flyers, and I'm based in the UK.
Oh, welcome, Bridget. So, Bridget, have you got any kids? What do you do for a job?
Okay, so I have been a nurse in the UK for a very long time, but I recently trained and have been working as a CBT therapist, and I absolutely love my job. I love what I do.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
exciting. You get to meet different people, isn't it? I think that's the beauty about the health profession itself, isn't it?
absolutely.
So, if you love your job so much, why did you come to the digital space? What made you venture into the digital space?
Well, although I love what I do, I love helping people. Um, there came a point in my life when I was trying to manage a lot of things financially and things were not adding up.
Mm.
So my daughter was at that time going to a private school. It was a choice. We had to choose a system that worked for her. So I chose to do that. And this meant, it stretched my budget way beyond
Yeah.
what I could manage. So I started looking for options in terms of what could I do.
Mm.
I worked long hours. That's what I'd known to do as in
Yeah,
a profession.
I know.
You want more, you work for more. That
Yeah.
was what I'd learned. That's what I learned to do, and so I did that. But it didn't take long before I started experiencing health problems. Um, and so initially, I just thought, it's just, me having to work more.
Mm.
But way a few years down the line, I mean, my daughter's in university now.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
so yeah, she's in a.
Well,
Thank you. So she's in a she's going into a second. She just finished her first year. So last year, I really hit a bad spot with my health, where the stress was just too much
mm.
for me to bear, and I needed to do something about my working hours. So by this time, I'd cut down in terms of I wasn't doing the extra that I was doing to earn the extra. You know that
I
language, right?
know.
The extra language. So but still, although I was doing 9 to 5, my body was just like, okay, the push that you did for those
Mhm.
years when she had to, she was in high school, I
Payback
paid
time.
for it. It was payback time. Full, really full force payback time. I really struggled last year with my health. And then when I reached April this year, things just took a really a bad turn.
Mm.
So I had to go off work sick for 4 weeks. And that's the most I've ever been off.
Mm.
That was the longest. And for me, that was a wake up call.
Yeah. It's
You know,
very
I,
true, I
yeah.
agree with you. I did the same. I worked so many hours, honestly. You know how we have to like send money home and feed here. I worked crazy hours. Me and my husband literally used to just pass through the door, or he's taking the kids to school. And, this one day I was going to pick my little girl up. I just blacked out from literally tiredness and I was
Mm,
in hospital. That for me was my wake up call. I always say to people, you know, it's not until something happens to you that you realize that your body is not a machine.
exactly.
We can only do so much.
Yeah.
And by the time we realize this, Our bodies are broken.
Exactly.
So the sooner the better. You don't want wake up calls like mine and yours, you know. So really, I think if you're still better, you know, go to where we are,
Mm,
it's better to start doing something to allow you to change, you know, to
mm,
change your way of living. And also, I think
mm,
it's the happiness, don't you think?
mm. I think that concept of happiness, you've touched on a sensitive topic for me, because as a
Yeah.
therapist, I teach people this stuff.
Mm,
When I was in mental health nursing, it was different. But yes, of course, I supported people. But now, doing CBT, I believe in what I teach people.
yeah.
I had to question myself with with those kind of things. Are you happy, and are you living
Mm,
a life that you are happy with? And I had to be honest with myself and say,
yeah.
my health was suffering because of what I'd done before. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was paying back for what I've done before, but I still had to uh, check myself to see, am I better off now, even though
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing 9 to 5? Am I better off? Am I living a healthier life? What's changed? What's different? Am I am I setting a good standard? For me, my priority is my daughter.
True.
I really, if any, my biggest why is setting a great example for her.
Mm-hmm.
I want my child to know that there are options other than the standard.
Yeah. 9 to 5.
Absolutely. I wanted to know that 9 to 5 is not the Bible.
True.
That's not the only way.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many ways to live life and have a life, and you create one that you choose. And I
True.
think that's a concept many of us never really were taught, that you choose, that
Yeah.
you can choose how you live your life. You can choose whether you want a life where you have holidays and whatever. It's a choice. And the way of how to create that then is where you also have other choices. So
Exactly.
a lot of us were limited to, your job, that's it, your job is it.
It's a job. Your job is your life.
Exactly. Exactly. So the biggest challenge for me, I'd say, has been to expand my life and
Mm.
create happy. And
Yeah.
what happy looks like to me is living according to my values. I
Mm-hmm.
value health.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I was working in the health industry, but I was